Welcome to Comicazi Videodrome. That's Miracle Max.
That's Comicazi Mike, and we're here to talk to you about the comics you could be reading. New, old, graphic novels.
By Crom, let's get started.
You know, speaking of James Robinson...
Always, I will.
Yeah, he's the man, and he loves Golden Age comics, which means that he's the perfect person to write a book like the all-new Invaders.
Yeah!
Super cool book. It's got a lot of fun characters. Namor, the Winter Soldier, who else? The Human Torch, the original Human Torch.
Love Jim Hammond.
Yeah, he's so cool, and he's back with a vengeance, and he is a secret agent.
The Golden Age Vision.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Golden Age Vision shows up. I don't know. I'm not... Golden Age Vision's a weird one.
He's so Golden Age, it hurts. It's great.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah. But it's really fun, and they're definitely doing, like, they have a purpose beyond, you know, their World War II years. Because they're such a weird group of characters. Because when you have characters who fought in World War II, they either have to be... I don't know. There's something about it, because World War II is just, like, the worst thing that humans have, like, ever done. To the World Wars, you can include World War I
except for Justin Bieber.
Yeah, sure, okay.
But no, what I like about the Invaders is that Marvel didn't really have a lot of World War II era characters in real time like DC did.
Yeah.
There was Namor, Cap, and the Torch, really, and they're the crux, the big three of the Invaders. And Roy Thomas in the 70s kind of like retconned this whole World War II history,
which is cool. But I mean, they did fight Nazis. They fought Nazis.
They did in real
more
time.
Than the Justice Society. I like reading the Justice Society, but they were just involved in some some nonsense while Cap was punching Hitler. You know. Anyway, Invaders is super fun, and they're definitely they're old characters, so they're delving into some old stuff in the Marvel universe. Deathlock, the original Deathlock showed up, which is pretty cool. They went to Kreelar. Got some Kree.
As you do.
Like you do. It's totally cool. Union Jack is going to be showing up, I hear.
Love Union Jack.
Union Jack is so cool. The Invaders is really fun. James Robinson knows his history, and it's tying in with Fantastic Four, which is an awesome book that you should totally request that we buy, because it's ending soon. James Robinson is going to be one of the last Fantastic Four writers for a while, and I don't think the characters are going away, because I think Sue Storm is going to be hanging out with the Avengers. I think Ben Grimm is going to be working for S.H.I.E.L.D. in some capacity, which is kind of cool.
What a revolt in development.
I know, right? But James Robinson is going to be he's the perfect guy to sort of see these characters out.
Yeah.
I really
can't really argue that. Makes me a little sad, but they're the Fantastic Four. They'll come back. And the Invaders, I mean, they've stood the test of time, too.
Yep. It's cool. Check it out. Invaders. Subscribe to it, too. It's definitely going to be one of those books you're going to want to hear.
Or I'll buy all the copies.
Yeah, he does. He just buys them all. But here's Renee and Tresha. Here's how you can get your copy of All New Invaders.
Hi, I'm Tresha.
And I'm Renee.
And at Comicazi, supporting your local comic shop means discounts for you.
Did you know that by subscribing to just one title, you are granted a 10% discount on all new comics and graphic novels?
We only ask that you stop by once a month to pick up your discounted titles.
We also offer excellent mail order subscriptions that are delivered right to your front door, with free shipping included.
So support your local comic shop in a meaningful way.
Become a Comicazi subscriber today.
Welcome back to the Comicazi 100 Greatest Graphic Novels of all time in no particular order.
None whatsoever.
These are parentheses in case you can't figure it out. Let's jump into it. Remember, Marvel, DC, Independent, All Ages title. Let's start with the All Ages title. Zita the Spacegirl. Fun little series. I believe it's 4 graphic novels.
I think so, yeah.
Yep, about 4 of them. It's about the adventures of a little girl in space. The fun thing about a lot of these all ages titles is that there's stuff that's going to appeal to kids, so chances are it's just going to be something very universal, something with a lot of heart. And Zita the Space Girl definitely has both of those things. A lot of universal appeal. Kind of reminds me of Calvin and Hobbes, when he would go on his little adventures as Spaceman Spiff. You know, grounded in some sort of childlike reality. You know, the sense of right and wrong and morality, but just off the wall, fun space adventure. Speaking of that, we got one of my favorite runs of Fantastic Four over there.
I thought you were going to go this way for space adventure, but let's do this.
Sure, whatever. They're both space adventures.
The Wade, Mike Waringo, God bless him, run of Fantastic Four was so good.
Yeah, it was so good that Marvel almost canceled it because they wanted to, for some reason, go in a different direction with the Fantastic Four. But the fan outcry was so great that they kept going with Wade and Waringo's story. Really awesome Fantastic Four. It starts off with them versus Doctor Doom.
In a little bit, yeah. I mean, that's where they They went back to the old numbering. That Doctor Doom story was issue 500.
Right.
And like our subscriptonauts out there, Mark Wade created a word too with "not" in it, and that was kind of his whole pitch for this run. He called them Imaginauts.
I guess they were plumbing the depths of the imagination.
They were explorers in a family, not superheroes. That was the big thing about this.
Bad.
No, that's all right. It's all good. It don't get any easier than this.
But Mike Waringo is one of the late great artists of our time. Taken way too soon, but this is definitely his finest contribution to the comic book world. But not only that, Howard Porter does a volume as well. I really like Howard Porter. He almost had to retire as well due to a hand injury, but he's kicking it pretty hardcore in comics still. Check it out, Mark Waid, Mike Waringo, Fantastic Four.
What Cannot go wrong with Mark Waid.
Yeah, what else you got?
Staying in that Imaginati space thing, what I referenced earlier was the Warlord of Mars series from Dynamite. Cool. I recently just went through all of these. I'm a big Edgar Rice Burroughs fan. John Carter is a Virginia gentleman from Civil War time, and he mysteriously is transported to Mars, and as the natives call it, Barsoom. And he has superpowers on Mars because of the lighter gravity, and eventually becomes, the Warlord of Mars. He unites all the peoples of Mars, and Arvid Nelson is the writer, and he, as I've read the original novels, this is a really faithful adaptation of the novels, but, just accessible enough for, a comic reader to get into. It's fun, it's good stuff. John Carter is a long-time character in popular fiction, and he should be represented in comics, and this is a really good series.
Cool, check it out, Warlord of Mars. And finally, taking us out of outer space into the mean streets of Gotham City, we got Catwoman by Ed Brubaker and an assortment of awesome artists. I think Darwin Cook starts them off.
He does.
On that series, which is pretty amazing. I love Darwin Cook. This is a really grounded, fun interpretation of Catwoman.
I like this look for her too.
Yeah. It's taken her out of. She was in that weird purple spray paint outfit.
The Jim Ballant 90s outfit. Yeah, no.
This series is so far and away from that. She's really an awesome crime fighter, vigilante, thief character.
Anti-hero.
Anti-heroine. She's the anti-hero, but she's not mean. She's not mean about it. She's not a Punisher.
Kind of Robin Hood-ish.
Very Robin Hood. And for a character as old and as prolific as Catwoman, this is her defining run in comics.
No argument.
Awesome stuff. And then Will Pfeiffer picks up the series as well, and he continues it, and that's great. And yeah.
Speaking of continuing.
Yeah, you can continue watching us every week. Comicazi Videodrome, become one of our subscriptonauts by signing this little contract right here. All you gotta do is click the button, and we're just gonna give your email address to everybody. That's how we roll. That's how YouTube does it. Be a subscriptonaut.
Oh, that's too good.
So Videodrome is filmed at Comicazi in Somerville, Massachusetts, and we got awesome stuff. We got new toys, old toys, new comics, old comics, subscriptions, an awesome eBay store. Check us out. We are the best comic book store on the East Coast, bar none.